I am Dr. Rupesh Kumar Singh, Associate Professor in Kashi Institute of Technology. Today we will learn about molecular orbital theory. This is a modified form of valence bond theory. Dear students, you already know about the chemical bonding. Chemical bonding. This is one type of reactions which is taking place when two atoms comes too close to each other. Then there is a formation of molecules, and these molecules are represented by a dash or a line that is called a bond. That is called a bond. This bond is also represented a force of attraction which is exerted between two atoms, which is exerted between two atoms. That means why atoms combine to each other? The reason is that atoms combine to each other. This is because atoms want to gain their stability. For this, they want to combine with each other, or you can say that another atoms to form inert gas configuration, or you can say that rare gas molecular configuration, inert gas configuration. They will want to attain it. For doing so, these atoms comes too close to each other and form a bond. So here I will discuss about the formation of bond, which was described first of all on the basis of a postulate that is known as valence bond theory. Valence bond theory. This is one type of basic theory which explains the chemical bond formation between molecules or between atoms. Especially you know that there are different types of chemical bonds are present in a molecule. One is that ionic bond or electrovalent bond. Next one is that covalent bond, coordinate bond, hydrogen bond, van der Waals bond, and metallic bond. Overall, these bonding, I will discuss about only the covalent bond formation, especially in organic molecules or inorganic molecules. So what happens here? This type of covalent bond formation is explained on the basis of valence bond theory. There is a more basic concept of this theory was put forward by Lewis and Coulson in 1932. Lewis and Coulson in 1932. In 1927. According to his postulates, he told that when two atoms combine to each other to form a molecule, in this molecule, the nuclei of both the atoms comes in the center of one lever. So you consider this is the one type of bicentric or monocentric. One type of monocentric. Second one is that when two atoms combine to each other to form a molecule, in that cases, these two atoms do not retain their identity after the separation from the molecules. So we can say that This is the basic way, very conceptual way, very important way through which the valence bond formation was explained by this valence bond theory. This theory is also based on Ohm's rule, Aufbau rule, Pauli's exclusion rules, etc. and etc. So you already know about this. Ohm's rule. Ohm's rule, according to Ohm's rule, each orbital is generally represented by S, P, D and F. Here you see that there are generally 4 types of orbitals are present in any atoms. So in these orbitals there are maximum number of electrons are 2, and if there are these some orbitals containing 6 electrons, some containing 10 electrons and some containing 14 electrons in their orbital. So Ohm's rule explains that in each atomic orbital, unless this does not have the maximum number of unpaired electrons, then there is no pairing star. So you can say that there is a finding of maximum number of unpaired electrons within an orbital, so the pairing is started. This is the Ohm's rule. Aufbau rule says that no 2 electrons have the equal number of 4 the quantum numbers that is represented by N, L, M and S. Suppose that if these 3 quantum numbers has the equal values, then there is last quantum numbers 4 is must be different. This is the law of Pauli's exclusion principle. And Aufbau principle says that this is the most common form for the bonding cases, and according to this the atoms are combined to each other and there is formation of bond. Mostly you know any atoms, suppose that this is one is the A, sorry you can represent it here, this is nitrogen atom or hydrogen atom or phosphorus atom or any one. The atomic number of this is 7, this is 1 and this is 15, like this number. What happens here? These atoms having their atomic configurations like 1s2, 2s2, 2p3, this having 1s1 and this having 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p3, like this. This means that there are these outermost orbitals. This is also outermost orbitals. So here you see that the electrons present in these outermost orbitals are generally taking part in the bond formation. So we can say that the valence cell or valence bonds, especially the valence electrons, are taking part in the bond formation. This is the most common theory that is explained by valence bond theory. Next one postulates of this theory. This generally explains the concept of hybridization. Concept of hybridization. Hybridization means this is a mixing of more than 2 atomic orbitals which having the near about same energy or equal to same energy to combine or to mix to form new molecular orbital. That molecular orbital is called hybrid orbital. Especially this type of technique is applied for those molecules where we find their structure. So hybridization is a type of process, you can say that, which generally explain the structure of covalent molecule. On the basis of this hybridization, we can also explain the different type of structure of molecule. That may also be tetrahedral, this may be trigonal, this may be square planar, this may be pyramidal, bipyramidal, pentagonal, bipyramidal, hexagonal, and so on. There are different type of molecular structures. So valence bond theory totally explain the hybridization of a molecule. On this basis we can determine the geometry or structure of a molecule. But there are some demerits of this theory. That is one. The demerits of this theory is that this theory does not explain. This theory does not explain the magnetic behavior of molecule. For example, if we take in the example of formation of oxygen molecule by the combination of oxygen and oxygen atoms, then according to this theory we cannot explain the behavior of O2, that this is either paramagnetic or this is diamagnetic and so on. Second one demerits of this theory was that in a molecule both the atoms loses their identity during the bond formation. That you can say that the electrons are not confined by a single atom within a molecule. So when this theory fails, then the next modified form of bonding theory was explained by R.S. Mulliken and F. Hund in 1932. This theory is called molecular orbital theory, MOT, molecular orbital theory, MOT. Or you can say that this is the modified form of valence bond theory. This is one type of hypothetical theory. This is not a accurate theory which explains the geometry of molecule. But this one is that this theory also explains the polyatomic as well as diatomic. Also both type of molecules can be explained on the basis of this theory. But valence bond theory only explains the diatomic molecules, character of their formations. So there is a major differences, you can say that the basic differences between these two, that in case of valence bond theory, the atomic orbitals which are taking part in a bond formation, that is the S, P, D and F. These atomic orbitals are combined to form a bond. But on the basis of molecular orbital theory, there is two types of orbitals which are generally combined to form a bond, that is the sigma and pi. That is, molecular orbital is represented by sigma orbital and pi orbital, as well as sigma star orbital and pi star orbital, like this. In this case, sigma and pi, this is related with the bonding, and sigma star and pi star is related with the anti-bonding molecular orbital. Generally, valence bond theory explains that when the atom combines to form a molecule, this molecule containing the electrons which is monocentric or bicentric. But in case of this, when two atoms are combined to each other, then there is no formation of a single orbital. Here you can say that there is a single orbital. But in this case, there is an equal number of orbitals are formed, that is called molecular orbital. This is 1 and 1. One is called bonding molecular orbital, another is called anti-bonding molecular orbital. This means that in case of molecular orbital theory, when two atoms combine to each other, then there is a formation of molecular orbital takes place. But this is not a single one. There is formation of equal number of molecular orbital, and these equal number of molecular orbital form is based on some important theory that is known as LCAO theory or LCAO method. This method was put forward by Schrödinger. This is called linear combination of atomic orbitals method. That means generally there is no idea about the orbital before the bond formation. In somewhat 1927 to 1932, in this myth or in this model, Schrödinger explained the concept of atomic orbital. He said that the electrons having the dual nature, you already know, electrons having the dual nature. Dual nature means this behave as a wave nature, that means wave-like nature, and also as a particle nature like this. So here, when there is a chemical bonding takes place in a molecule, the electrons behave as a wave nature, but this does not behave a particle nature. So when there is a combination of atomic orbitals, the atomic orbitals does not combine. There is a combination of their waves. Waves are combined to form molecular orbitals. So here is some examples which are represented for the formation of molecular orbital according to Schrödinger concept. This one is that we know that this is the oscillation of waves. Here you see that. This one is the crest and this one is the trough, like this. This having the positive phase, this having the negative phase. This is the wave of one electron, and this there is another wave of another electron, like this. When these two waves, according to bond formation, when combined, these have tendency to either addition or subtraction both. You cannot say that only this has the tendency to added with each other. Addition or subtraction. Generally here we represent their waves in form of phases, that is positive phases, and this is the negative phases. This means that you can say the crest is the positive phases and trough is the negative phases. When these two waves have a addition properties, that means these two waves are combined to each other, then here you see that their energy level is increased because positive and positive phases are combined to form a large number of energy phases. This is the plus, this is the plus. Suppose that if these two phases has opposite direction, somewhat taking like this, here is the minus and here is the positive. You see that when these two phases plus and minus, minus and plus come in contact, then there is no addition, then there is a subtractions are taken place. That means these do not collide or combine to each other. These two are minimize their energy after combination. That means there is no any peak formation. There is a very slight peak formation takes place somewhat like this, or there is a straight line is formed. So this type of functioning or this type of addition of these two waves are called bonding mode, and this type of phase is called anti-bonding mode. Bonding mode and anti-bonding mode, this is the two ways. One is the linear combination of atomic orbitals. So this bonding mode, orbitals having the lower energy state and more stable. This have the high energy state and unstable. So this bonding molecular orbital is represented by sigma or pi. This is represented by sigma star or pi star. So this is two ways. This is the linear combination of atomic orbital method through which the orbitals are combined to each other to form a bond. One which is represented by a bonding molecular orbital and other is represented by anti-bonding molecular orbital. This means when two atoms come too close to each other, then there is a formation of equal number of molecular orbitals. One is the anti-bonding and other is the bonding. Bonding having the lower state energy of state and anti-bonding having the higher energy of state. Okay, you can understand about the linear combination of atomic orbitals through which atoms are combined to each other to form a molecule. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you like today's my topic, and to my next video I will discuss the new topic, and for that I request you kindly like my videos and subscribe it. Once again, thank